Hey, this is Margin of Error. Today we're going to be discussing, will Margin have combat? Now, I don't know if this may seem a strange question to you, because what would indicate there would be combat in this game? Mostly it would look like just like your average mystery exploration game with gardening. What kind of combat would there be? But I have a few things to look at in terms of, or some pieces of evidence that lead me to this conclusion. First off, here we have portraits. Now, in the press kit, you see these in the top left of every single picture, and I've compiled them all here. So you can see right now you have Ling and basically three states across these four images. One where Ling is fully intact, and another where half of Ling is gone. Uh, there seems to be four fragments of this that are like four glass shard fragments. And here, Ling only has two left, and here only one glass shard fragment left. Now, I could almost theorize that this could be linking to sort of a health system or another bar. As you can see here, there are two bars, one for Ling and the other for the moth. I don't really know their name. I don't think it's Hesper. I think Hesper is referring to this moth here because that image is named Hesper. Anyways, so we don't really know what these bars could be. They could be health, but I mean, these the portraits here of Link, they don't really necessarily correlate to the bars and the red bar that shows Link's head next to it. So if okay, so either one of them has to be health and the other maybe stamina. We don't know. That's what other people have been theorizing in the Discord. We don't really know. Um, I would assume that Link's portrait does act as a sort of a health system. Um, Oops, that wasn't what I meant to do. Also, looking at this picture, you can notice this mirror here that's also broken into shards. Sort of correlates to Ling's current state, as in the right side, the right half of the glass is gone. So that's one thing worth pointing out. I think that mirror does dynamically change based upon Ling's state. I don't really know. That's just a theory. Game no. So otherwise, the moth also has its own bar. I don't really know what that could mean. It could mean health too. And obviously, if there's a health system in this game, there's probably a way for you to take damage. And of course, that means combat or enemies of some type. There are probably enemies in this game, and that's why I would expect there to be a health system. And also another thing worth noting, there's a currency in this game. How else would you get currency? I don't really know, but my first thought is of combat. When you defeat an enemy, you get currency from it, and you get all sorts of collectibles. Because how else do you get items in this game? We don't know yet because we're just going off the teaser trailer. But that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting there to be a combat system, and here you can see what the currency is used for. The currency is used for crafting from this moth here. You can give them currency, you can craft stuff, and basically what it looks like here is you have items that you must have in order to craft that item, and you need the currency in order to do so. So if you have three glass shards and one blueberry, that will, and 300 gold trinkets, I don't know what you would call it, you get a blueberry capsule for gardening. Now, why do you need to garden in this game? I don't really know. So there's a mechanic to gain items, and one way I think of to getting items is through combat. Don't really know, and I'm also expecting stamina to also be some sort of, because we've also been theorizing this is also stamina, and that would play into the combat aspect also. And other people have also thought that the game doesn't have any combat at all, but just you need to stealth around enemies wherever they may be around the world. Don't really know. This does look to be an open world game, like there's this huge area you can walk through, and you know, gardening is a key point, and there's many rooms for you to explore, and this would be the perfect place for them to put enemies if this game indeed has combat. So that's what I'm expecting. Uh, and a way for you to heal up yourself, maybe through the items that you get, collect, or the plants that you grow. I don't really have the garden image in this thing here, so I can't really show you that. But yeah, that's what I'd expect. I expect this game to have combat. I think this is a health system of some sort, and these could be stamina, or these could be the health bars. I don't really know. And if that is the case, then what does Ling's portrait represent? I don't really know. What I do think, however, this is an idea that I've had. I would think that once Ling has his entire portrait broken, all the glass shards are gone, I would expect this mirror to be fully destroyed. And what I thought was that would return you to the other world, the one that isn't in Link's dreams, because you go to sleep and you wake up here. That's what you can gather from the description of the game. So I don't think it's combat necessarily that you'll die, but you'll just be forced back into the overworld, basically out of the dream, and that would lock out anything you could do for that day, because it looks like this game may have an aspect to it that you can only have a certain amount of time per day, like sort of Stardew Valley. I never really played Stardew Valley, but I think that's how that game works. You have a certain lot of time in a day, and you can only do, well, have to manage your time wisely. That's what I think in terms of gardening. And maybe these things can also represent a clock, because they do go in a clockwise motion, maybe. Uh, I don't really know what else to say. I'm kind of rambling. Just gonna leave on another note. The rings, alongside the currency, you have rings. Don't know how you'd get the rings. I don't really know, but they do appear to be items that you use in crafting, and I would expect that to be some sort like another item drop from another enemy you slain or something. I don't really know. That's what I'm guessing. And of course, candle. I don't really know what that is yet. I'll have to think about it a little bit more. Anyways, those are my thoughts for today. Yeah, I think there is going to be combat in this game. I don't really know how it's going to be implemented, but I think it's a safe bet that combat will be in Margin of the Strange. Anyways, thanks for watching. I could be wrong. There's a slight chance for a margin of error. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.